Record, please. Do you
Okay,
know that
let's
voice
start.
well? It's like this meeting is being recorded.
Yeah, it gives me the option to leave.
Okay, hello Nintendo fans. My name is Mario Master with you today, and we are doing another podcast. I'm joined with my boy Dylan once again. Before we start, this content is not meant for little children whatsoever. Parent advisory is advised. Some content might be offensive to some viewers. So now that I have gotten that out of the way, we can actually get into the podcast. Once again, we have zero things planned as per usual, and we are starting now. So let's do it.
Yeah, I don't I don't know what to start with. Uh I got bored, so I watched our last podcast
Did you
and
realize?
I noticed one thing. One thing I noticed is I say like a lot apparently.
Huh. You know, by
I
the time
watched
this
it.
podcast is done, this is going to be empty.
Yeah. I woke up at like 12:30 today.
Did I wake you up?
Yeah,
Oh. I'm sorry.
it's fine. But I was uh having a very weird dream. You want to know what the dream was about?
I know what it was about. It was about WASD.
It was about
Game on. There should
it
be a
was about
space bar. There should be a space bar, and it should say "Game on" the space bar.
yeah,
I did
that's bad.
it on my bed.
That's a missed opportunity.
Honestly,
But
it really is.
so my dream was about massive meatballs the size of asteroids crashing into Earth.
I thought you were gonna just leave it at massive balls. I'm like, oh, like testicles or like.
um
What are we talking about here?
so in the dream, like I was going to school, me and you were walking to school, and we saw something and we were like, is that an asteroid? And the closer it got, we were like, wait, that's a meatball.
It wasn't
And
a
then
meatball. It was a giant testicle.
it crashed into the ground like right in front of us. And instead of being shocked that a massive meatball almost crushed us to death, we started laughing and then started eating it to see if it really was a meatball.
I feel like this is something we would do in IRL. Like legit.
Yeah, this is something we do. But after
Just to
that,
clarify, everyone, if a giant meatball asteroid crash landed right in front of me, I would probably start eating it.
yeah, I would too.
It tastes like iron and nickel. It might be magnetic, but who the fuck cares?
It might be nuclear, but who cares?
Just a giant left nut comes in. It's like,
it,
know,
it might be nuclear. That's cool. We could get superpowers if we eat it.
the giant left nut.
It's Lance Armstrong's left nut coming to attack.
See, the moon isn't the moon. It's just a giant testicle.
I talked to my dad about our
It's
Thomas
just
the
someone
Tank.
busting a nut.
Maybe. Who knows? That would explain why there's a
Take a
dark side to the
it
moon.
takes them a really long time, apparently.
Uh, I told my dad about our Thomas the Tank Engine cars theory.
Oh yeah.
And he agrees. He thinks it's possible.
It makes sense though, right?
I don't see. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying it's possible. It makes sense.
That is the most logical thing I could actually think of.
Yeah, that's like the only way to mix those two together. But
It's the train and cars are in the same universe.
yeah, I think it's possible. It is definitely
At the
possible.
chum
'Cause
bucket.
the
I
cum
work at the
bucket.
cum bucket. Come and get your cum buckets today. Wear your cum bucket helmet on your head. They're also for
SpongeBob.
cum, so when you get your cum bucket helmet, you can cum right into the cum bucket.
The cum bucket is not a brand new one. It's used, so be cautionary.
Don't
Use with caution. We
you
haven't
know
lost
you know
It's like filled with weak old cum.
yeah. This is sometimes they have donations.
Ah,
Imagine a
is that what they
sperm
do at
bank
like?
just be. Imagine a sperm bank just being called the cum bucket.
Dude, that is a great idea. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a sperm bank, and it's gonna be called the cum bucket. I'm gonna donate my sperm. Where? The cum bucket.
Oh.
That's kind of like I had this random idea. What if it was like 3 in the morning and I had just woken up? That's when you get the greatest ideas. But I was like, what if you made a weed farm and your mascot is like a crocodile and the type of weed that you sell is named Crockpot. That's genius. That is kind of genius, just saying.
Crocodile the crackhead.
Yeah,
That's your mascot name.
Croc the crackhead.
Crack.
Pupils is just a weed plant.
Crack. Got some crack. Croc. What?
Crocodile.
What?
Little big brain. It's a
Digitally
crocodile.
mean?
Digitally?
Yeah.
It's not even a fucking word. Go away.
Dylan, what's digitally mean?
It's not even a word. Go away.
I don't.
Go. There. Digitally. A new word has been invented. You failed.
Emma, ruined podcast since part 2.
She failed 3 times just to shut my door. Once. Second time.
I'm just saying. This
Third
is like the
time.
third
Nope.
time. This is like the
Yeah,
third
I
time.
did it.
This is like the third time she's interrupted a podcast.
I told her she needs to stop talking to me when she knows I'm recording.
Yeah. My niece does that sometimes. Like I said, I don't really have anything to talk about. Oh, I do have something to talk about.
Ooh.
I was making my bed, like last weekend. I was making my bed, and because it's against the wall, it's hard for me to get it around the side that's against the wall. So
Makes
I
sense.
so what I did is I just grabbed the mattress and pulled it out so I could reach it. And when I did, I found a pillow stuffed in between the wall and the bed. I was like, that's weird. I never put a pillow there. And it's covered in a bunch of weird stains.
Don't touch it.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, I'm not gonna touch it because
I was gonna ask, was it crusty?
I don't know. I'm not gonna grab it, but I'm just gonna show it to you. Look, it has a bunch of stains all over it.
Mmm.
It's probably a jizz pillow for all I know.
Pillow. Come in.
I don't know, but it was stuffed in between the wall. I don't know where that could have
Jizz
came
pillow.
from.
That's probably a jizz pillow.
I have no idea. Oh, here's another thing. Yesterday, I think, I woke up at like 10 or something, and I got a notification from Facebook. One of the popular kids in my grade.
Hold up. You have Facebook.
Listen, I have Facebook, but I haven't used it in a while.
This man's is living in 2004.
I have Facebook, I just don't use it. I got a friend request from a kid, one of the popular kids in my grade, who I haven't talked to since like 3rd grade. I literally forgot he existed. I wish I was kidding. And if anyone thinks I'm talking behind his back, no. I literally messaged him, "Hey dude, I literally forgot you existed. Why'd you send me a friend request?" It just weirded me out because I haven't talked to him in forever, and he sends me a friend request, and I'm just like, for
He's
like 5
coming
minutes,
after me. I should probably run.
I was like, for 5 minutes, I was trying to figure out who he was. I was like, the name sounds familiar, but who are you? And I was like, oh, that kid I talked to once in 3rd grade.
We had so for everyone who hasn't figured this fucking out yet, I work at Hannaford. So I have a job, and working at a supermarket means you have a risk of Karens. We had
Uh-oh.
the male equivalent of a Karen recently, so a Keith. And
So a
he came
Terry.
in, right, this dude, it was an older dude, came in and he was talking and he was arguing with me and my cash register buddy about discounts on pineapples. I'm not fucking.
That's like the most random thing to get angry about.
And
What is wrong with
there's
these
a
discounts
discount
on
on pineapples. Give me the discount. And there was no discount in the system. And it's like, sir, we don't have the discount in the system. And he's like, but there is. I'm like, no, there isn't. It would say if there was a discount in the system. And he's like, but there is. I'm like, no, there isn't.
What I think happened is he tried to say that there was a discount so that way he could pay less. But I think people, what they do is they forget that you can see all of that and you know when they're bullshitting you or not.
And then he was like, let me see that computer. And we're like,
No.
It's not going to change anything.
Yeah, it's not.
He's like, okay, come with me. So we went with him, right? We went to the pineapples, and on the floor, right, nothing was near and or on any pineapples. No sale, no discount, no nothing. The only thing that was on there was the price tag, and that was it.
Do you
And
think
then
maybe
he
he
came
had
up with,
coupon?
but a minute ago there was a big sale thing. It was like 50% off. And it's like, sir, we would know.
Yeah.
We might be front end and we can't see that stuff.
Well,
But it's
at the same
in
time,
the system. It's
if
I
were
don't
to try
cash register. I'm not a cashier. I'm a bagger. I will say this now. I don't run the cashier. Right? But that doesn't mean I still don't know things. And I know for a fact there was no sale this morning when I got there.
Yeah.
And they usually tell us, like, hey, guess what? You know? They don't tell us.
Yeah, they're usually
in the system.
like,
I'm not that dumb. You know, I know it's in the system. And he's still like, no, it was like a big sign and stuff, and then. And at the time, I was getting baskets, and getting baskets requires me to get all the baskets from the cash registers, right?
Uh-huh.
I get all the baskets, and I have to go to the certain door next to the produce. So
Uh-huh.
go and get all the baskets, go to the produce. The second I can see him walk in, and there's no sign. And he walks by, I get done with baskets, and he's like, there was a sale for pineapples. I'm like, no, there wasn't. What do you mean?
I saw
He
a
finally
video.
left, and he's like, I'm not kidding. He took the pineapple and freaking hooked it. I'm like, I'm not paying for them. Like, you weren't paying for them in the first place.
Yeah. You weren't gonna pay for them anyway.
Then he
I
left.
saw yeah. I saw a video on YouTube of these anti-maskers like bursting into a store, like a whole horde of them. Like it's Call of Duty Zombies. They just bursted in and just started chasing all the people with masks. And this woman who looked like a walking plum had a cart and she rammed it into a guy's shins like 3 times. And the guy just grabbed the cart and stopped it because she kept ramming it into him after he told her stop. Right? Nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. He's just
No.
stopping so he won't get hurt. He won't get hurt anymore. And then all of them anti-maskers chased after him, saying that they need to call the police because he assaulted her. While she was ramming carts into him, and after she let go of the cart, she chased after him and started swinging her purse at him and trying to hit him. And if you search the definition of assault, she's assaulting him. He's not doing anything but defending himself and protecting himself from
See,
getting
this is what
injured.
you do in this situation. You grab the cart, turn it around, and start ramming it into their shins.
No, because then you're the one in the wrong. That's the problem.
I was at Walmart recently, and I saw this kid taking out the Nerf guns out of the boxes.
Oh no.
And I'm like,
Not a good start.
and the mom was like 2 feet from him and not saying anything. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a favor for the associate and say something. And
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I went up to the mom, I'm like, hey, not to sound like a Karen or anything, but your kid's not supposed to be taking those out. I don't work here, but I just want you to know that you're supposed to stay in the boxes. And this,
Until you buy them.
right. And this Karen was like, my Timmy can do whatever he wants. I'm like, no, he can't. You're gonna get kicked out of the store.
Yeah.
And I can see associates walking by, and they can see the situation. The person who doesn't work there, I'm in. So they stand back, and I'm like, I got this for now. I'm like, give me a second. I'm like right next to this associate. Thankfully, it was actually a friend of mine. I'm not joking. Was an associate. I'm like, hey, give me a second. You stand right here. I need you. And I'm like, look, I don't work here, so I probably shouldn't be saying this, but listen, your child is not supposed to be doing this. You know, you're supposed to buy the product before. And she's like, no, I can just take them out. I'm like, no, you can't.
You can't.
You might think you can, but you can't. And I think it's because that at the time, they displayed some of the Nerf guns. It's like one of those Nerf guns that don't have like an actual box. You know, so they're just out. And I'm like, yeah, even though they're like not in an actual box doesn't mean anything. They still are there for a reason. Don't take them out of the box. And the mom still was like, no, I can take them out. I'm like, sure. So I'm like, okay. So I call my buddy over. I'm like, okay, this is my friend, and he works here. And he was like, ma'am, you can't take these out, or we're gonna have to ask you to leave. And she's like, I can do whatever I want. And she takes one of the big wheels, right? Like one of those little cart things, like, you know the one. Freaking
Yeah, I know.
rips open the box. I'm not fucking around. Rips open the box, takes it out, and gives it to his son. Gives it to her son. There's no battery in it, has no charge, and it can't go, right? So it can't really do anything. So she picks it up and throws it. I'm like, how is my child supposed to do anything with this shit? And I'm like, dude, call security, something. So he takes his little microphone, right, and he's like, security, we need you in the toy aisle. And then so they come over, and apparently this Karen thinks that the Nerf darts are gonna do anything, so she takes one of the guns that her son got out and starts trying to shoot the gun.
What?
This idiot Karen doesn't realize that it's not the gun with no clip. So it didn't have a clip in it.
I mean, if you're gonna assault
on
people,
the
at least do
side,
it
like
right.
in the box, that the box, it was like right next to the box that says clip needed. No clip. And she's like, why isn't this working? I'm like,
God,
you
you
gotta
are
be kidding
dumb.
me. So they get her out of the store. She's leaving. I follow her. I'm like, you want to know why that Nerf gun wasn't working? Because it didn't have a clip in it. She's like, that doesn't matter. I'm like, do you not know how guns work? It needs a clip, it needs a dart, and it needs to be cocked.
I need
like a real gun.
There's this story.
I could understand if it was one of these, right?
Yeah.
There's no clip. So if there was no darts and you weren't looking, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Right, so you're just shooting, and it's like, why isn't this working? And then you look, and there's no darts in it. That's a little understandable. But when you hold one, I don't actually have one with a clip. But when you're holding one with no clip, and you're wondering why it's not working, maybe notice the giant gaping hole that's sitting there with no darts in it.
I got this story about Walmart. It's not a Karen story, but it's a story about how my brother is an asshole. So we were playing a game. This was at like the old Walmart. Like the old one where Ocean State Job Lots is.
Okay, yep.
When the Walmart was there. So me and my brother were playing a game that we called like Raging Bull or something. We played it all the time. It's kind of like chicken, except instead of two of you running at each other, one standing still, and the other one running at you is the bull, and you have to move last second. Or no, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to catch them and stop them.
Okay, makes sense.
So my brother was running at me, and I stopped him. And then it was my turn. So I ran full speed, like I'm ready to run through him.
Food.
And instead of stopping me, he moved out of the way last second where there was a cart behind him and the plastic handle that they have over it was all jaggedy and chewed up because a toddler had that one. So they had chewed on the plastic piece. So it was all short, sharp, and jagged. And I ran and I literally slammed right here. I'm not kidding. I slammed my top lip into the jagged part.
Mm.
And it, like, you know how you have that little string thing at your top lip?
Yeah.
Like the weird little piece? Yeah, I had completely split that.
Mm.
Yeah, it had been completely split. Not like just the end, no, like the whole thing. From the top of my lip all the way to where it ended. Completely split. And I cried so hard. And my mom was cashing out. She didn't know what was happening. She just told me and my brother to just wait until she was done with everything. But we were right next to her, but she was looking the other way. And she heard me scream, and I had never seen her go from cashing out to holding me in like 0.2 seconds.
Moms
And
are scary
like,
when their kids are in trouble, man.
yeah. And
They go to all
this
cuddly and to, oh my god, run.
yeah. So, like, also I got embarrassed because like 15 random people that I'd never seen in my life and still haven't seen walked up and started helping me. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? And in my head, I was like, I just slammed my lip into this cart full speed. I don't feel fine. At the time, I didn't even realize I had split my lip. I just felt it, and it was in so much pain. I was only like 3 or something, but I slammed it and completely split it. And
Get
I
ready
remember,
for.
yeah, and I remember for like a week or two straight, I couldn't move my top lip like at all. And even to this day, my top lip is stiffer than my bottom lip.
Okay, so
So
what
yeah,
is
that's
the
fun.
point of cum bucket?
Oh god, here we go with the cum bucket again. Oh my god.
We said it was gonna be probably the most inappropriate podcast, so here we go.
Still not as bad as the last one so far. All we've really talked about is cum.
You think Squidward is gay?
Yeah,
Do you think
I've seen that theory on YouTube. I think so.
Do you think he likes hentai because he's a squid?
What? No. I hope there's no such thing as hentai and SpongeBob.
Weird hentai. I wait for the day when I go on Pornhub and just see Squidward hentai.
That is terrifying. Please don't ever try and find that. I'm gonna be up at like 3 in the morning and I won't be able to sleep because I'm gonna be like, is Squidward hentai real?
I'm gonna look it up later and like I'm really not. I'm scared.
I saw a meme that made me laugh. It was Jeff Bezos is worried because everyone's doing Netflix and chill, but he wants everyone to do Amazon Prime and slime. That just sounds really gross.
That sounds.
That's what I say all
I've
the
seen
time
this
now.
porn before.
Oh no, no, please don't. Please don't go there. Please don't. Let's not talk about
You
porn.
know
I
what
think
I'm
we should
talking
draw the
about.
line
You'll
there.
know. I watched this YouTuber called Razzle, and they get drunk and watch movies, and a running joke is I've seen this porn before.
Yep, I know. I watch their videos.
Okay, good. If I was gonna say, if you don't watch Razzle, you need to, because their videos are fucking hilarious.
Okay, Eric, I got a story to tell you about porn.
No. This
First of all, when I was
past
7, me and my brother went to his friend's house, my brother's friend's house. But my dad had to go to work and my mom was at work, so I had to go with him. So I went with him, and my brother's friend showed me and him a video that I'll never forget.
it was porn.
The infamous porn video.
It was just porn.
The most famous one of all. 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Imagine just going to a friend's house and then them showing you porn.
I don't need to imagine it because it happened to me. Remember, I'm 7, so I don't get really
you don't get it, and it's like, oh my god, and then you watch it like 7 years later, it's like,
I literally threw up. I threw up.
And then you throw up.
Just thinking about it makes me sick. Like right now, I feel lightheaded and like I'm about to puke.
So we're gonna move on from that.
Here's another porn story, but this is recent. This is like this week. I was on YouTube.
Wait, hold up.
I was on YouTube.
Wait, hold up. Wait. This week's porn update.
This week's Pornhub story. Drama alert intro intensifies.
New Center 6 porn update.
CNN broadcasting porn.
Imagine CNN. CNN is like, this week's porn update. It's like, you know,
Pornhub update.
Pornhub update.
So,
Cardi B made some.
Oh no.
I regret.
So I was on YouTube. I was on YouTube watching a PewDiePie video, and I got a Pornhub ad on YouTube.
What?
And I was like, wait, how is this a thing? But the fact that it was on there isn't even the reason I remember this. It was because what they were advertising. They were like, do you want to watch hot gilfs in your area? And I'm like, ew, ew, ew.
Oh.
Ew, that's so gross.
Kind of, but no.
That's gross. That sounds worse than MILF, first of all. MILF already isn't that nice to me. And then you add the G to it, and it sounds way worse. Gilf. Ew.
Ew, Grandma MILF.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because a MILF is a mother I'd like to fuck. A Gilf is a grandma I'd like to fuck. And I'm like,
unless your grandma's 23 and looks like a freaking hot chick on the beach, no.
If your grandma is 23, I think there's something wrong. That means she had a kid when she was like 10.
Grandpa,
and then that kid, had a nice when they were like 7. And that kid had a kid.
Grandma got around. 7. It was a different age.
I think GILF just is really gross. I've never seen anything GILF, but I saw an ad for it.
Holy shit. There was an ad on YouTube for the longest time where, I think it was for shaving, where girls were just fucking naked.
That was an ad?
Yeah, I'm not around. It was a real ad on YouTube for the longest time. It's like tits and vag all the way, and they jump and shit, and it's like, how is this even allowed? YouTube.
How is this allowed?
YouTube doesn't allow like friggin' animators to show like cleavage, but then they have ads that show just tits.
Mhm. Well, hey, you gotta give something to the 13-year-old audience.
No, that's the
Something
dark side of
entertaining.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Just search up sex on YouTube, and then it will just give you a porn.
I don't know why. I was just
give you
stretching
porn.
and I found this random broom. I found a broom. I was just stretching and I found a broom. That was never here before.
No,
Where'd
it's
you come
not.
from?
It's not a broom. It's a dick. It's
Oh,
not
it fell.
a collector. It's a cum collector. A cum.
Speaking of Pornhub,
Wait, hold on. Wait, that's what they call it in a cum bucket. A cum collector.
welcome to the cum bucket. Would you like the cum collector 9000
Cum collector.
or the cum collector 2.0?
There's spoilers for Rick and Morty season 5. So in the second newest episode of Rick and Morty, so episode 4, I mean, Morty has so Morty goes into his mom's work and sees a giant fucking horse sperm collector. And the entire episode is legit about Morty sticking his dick into the horse sperm collector.
What?
Yeah, definitely watch it. I
don't know if I want to.
I love Rick and Morty. Speaking of Rick and Morty, spoilers for Space Jam: A New Legacy. Go watch my new video.
No, don't talk about it. Still haven't seen it.
Go watch my new video.
I'm not gonna watch it. I saw the title and I'm like, not watching it. Not watching it.
Why? That's
why
I made the video. I made the video specifically for people who don't who want to watch it, but also don't.
I really want to watch it, so I'm not gonna watch it because I haven't even seen. I saw one trailer for it. That's it. I want to see it.
Don't
see really
it,
bad.
Dylan. Don't see. I'm trying to save you from an hour and a half of pain and suffering. Don't watch it.
No, I'm gonna watch it. I don't care.
Oh my god.
If it's bad, I'm fine with it being bad. I still got to see it.
Really. It's hard to explain.
What was that noise?
It's really hard to explain on how bad it is. It's okay. Let me get this straight.
Did you just nut? Wait, pause. Did you just nut? Did you hear that noise?
I just came real hard.
You were like, now you see. Now the people know why we made a parental advisory warning.
This is why I did it. I told Dylan before we started recording. I'm like, Dylan, before we start, we need to do a parental advisory thing. And he's like, what's that? I'm like, it's essentially for the little kiddies not to watch this.
Yeah. So,
I mean, if they haven't clicked off by now, they've made it far.
If people in general have made it this far, good for them. I'm not even gonna make it this far.
I'm gonna watch this whole thing.
I'm talking, but my brain is in like a different planet right now.
I know what planet it's on. It's Cum Planet.
It's probably on Pluto. I want to discover a planet so I can name it Cum Bucket.
The Cum Bucket Planet. Cum Bucket World. Imagine if that was a real amusement park. Cum Bucket World.
Cum Bucket Land.
Cum Bucket Land. Six Flags, but it's cum bucket. Six cum buckets.
Kind of like Glove World, but it's really just Cum World.
The cum world.
Welcome to Cum World. Don't try our milk.
Yeah. There's this
Or
zoo,
don't.
but every animal is coming.
I saw a video that made me laugh. It was like this guy, a magician, and this group of people, and they were laughing at him because he jizzed his pants, and they were laughing at him, and they were like, "You just busted a nut, ha ha ha!" And then he was like, "Oh really? Where's it now?" And the camera zooms down to his pants, and there's nothing. And then it zooms back in on the people in the crowd, and a guy opens his mouth, and a bunch of cum just comes out of his mouth.
That's
Now, I'm not
so,
sure
okay,
if I want
back to Space Jam: A New Legacy.
How do you go from what I just said to Space Jam like that?
I know,
quickly?
we were talking about it for like 2 seconds. Anywho, so I watched it. It's really cringy at points.
If you know me, you know I can withstand a lot of cringe. I can withstand a lot
At
of cringe.
points, it is very cringy, but not all the way. There are some. It's like the movie is good in some parts, but in other parts, it's just really cringy. LeBron James stabs.
Spoiler!
Once.
Wait, real quick, Eric. Want to know something? If you're afraid that I'm gonna waste if you're afraid I'm gonna waste money watching Space Jam: New
It's
Legacy,
free. It's free
just
on HBO
remember,
Max. It's free on
if
HBO.
you're afraid that I'm gonna waste money, don't be, because I watched Secret Life of Pets when it came out of theaters, so that was a waste of money. The movie I wanted to watch was like the last time we got to see it, like at certain timestamps that you're able to see it, and we got there like 2 minutes after it had started, and they wouldn't let us buy any more tickets for it. So the only thing that was available was Secret Life of Pets. And we had already driven there. My grandma and my grandpa were like, "I'm not gonna drive. We're not driving all the way down here to not watch anything." So we watched it, and everyone walked out of the movie theater disappointed. We were literally like halfway through the movie. We were like, "We should have just went home. We should have just went home."
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be
how bad
right
it was.
back. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, you're stuck with me now. I have nothing to say. Let's talk about how boring Eric is sometimes. Eric can be pretty boring. He can interrupt. Get used to that. But yeah, we're gonna talk about someone being boring. We should talk about me being boring.
Just smell the lettuce.
And
Yeah.
Eric
Hey,
is my good friend. How are you doing, Eric?
I'm back. Hello, hi.
You're an asshole. Screw you.
I
Don't
bring
talk.
back treasures.
When I come to your house, there better be like 30
Oh,
Subway
do you like the
sandwiches.
drink though?
No, screw Moxie.
Oh.
Moxie tastes like piss and cum.
Oh no, not this again.
Hate me all you want, people from Maine. I don't care. Moxie
I
tastes
just
like
put
ass.
my keyboard in my drawer.
When I come to your house, Eric, there better be 30 Subway sandwiches lined up for me.
There's not.
Screw you then.
Okay,
When I come to your house, you
yeah,
better have
movies.
Domino's.
Have you watched Fast 9 yet?
No, not going to.
Oh.
I refuse to watch it.
You refuse to watch what?
Yes, 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 yes. I refuse to watch it. After I saw him say we're in space, I turned it off and I'm not looking to watch it. There's no way you can redeem them going to space. There's no way that you can convince me that it makes sense. How do you start off with a somewhat believable story of street racers and there's an undercover cop in the mist? That's a believable story. How do you go from that to going to space? Are you going to be drifting on the moon? What the hell? There's no way you can redeem that to me. They should have stopped after like 4 or 3. But
Dom's brother.
yeah, is John Cena. That's dumb too. And Han is back alive. That's dumb too. He was clearly dead. There's no way that he could come back to life.
Gotta watch the movie, man.
I'm not gonna watch the movie, man. Bullshit. There's no way I'm watching it. I literally had never even seen 8 until last weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
One movie I refuse to see that's come out recently.
Boss Baby 2.
Yep. I had.
Not gonna watch it. Emma might watch
I'm
it.
gonna say this now. Boss Baby 1 was actually good.
No, it was not.
It was kind of good. On the first viewing, it was good, but.
No, it was not. It was bad from the first viewing and the last one. Now that's a hot take, saying that Boss Baby 1 was good. That is a hot take. Better be ready because people are going to start flagging your channel because they disagree. People in the comments, sure,
Oh
that's
no, all my subs. All my subs.
Yeah. Everyone unsubs, and then I have more subs than you. Oh, how the turntables. Speaking of how the turntables mean, I said to my dad, how the turntables, because it's a meme, and I am a man of memes. And my mom and grandma started laughing. And I was like, what's so funny? And they were like, you said how the turntables. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's from The Office.
And she was like, what you're supposed to say is, oh, how the tables have turned. And
I
I'm like,
know. Clearly,
I know,
you
but
haven't
it's a
watched
meme.
The Office.
Yeah, I was like, how have you not watched The Office?
I love The Office. The Office is awesome.
And I had eventually turned around the story to where she felt bad. And then I was like,
guys, I would be like, how the turntables is from The Office.
If you haven't seen The Office, there's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
The Office has so many memes. And The Office has so many memes that aren't used as memes yet.
What's the fuck out of The Office?
Is The Office still on Netflix or no? I think they said that they added it, and then it just never showed up.
I think so. I can't remember.
Because I searched it every day for like a week, and it was never there. So I don't know. I don't know. And here's the part of the podcast where it gets boring. Because we have nothing left to talk about, so it's just going to be silence. About Cardi B, because you mentioned her like once. I got a few jokes about Cardi
What's
B.
the point?
Because why not? Because it's easy to pick on Cardi B. It's easy. What sound does Cardi B's car make when it goes by? Ew. You're just talking with your friend, then out of nowhere, Cardi. as the car goes by.
I saw an Aston Martin that was pink, almost all pink, but it was like a dark pink, and there was a brown poop strip down.
Oh, you mean purple?
No, it was like a dark pink. It was like a crispy pink. It was weird. And there was
A dark pink, so red.
but it wasn't red. It was pink. It's weird. It's weird. It's hard to
A
explain.
dark pink is literally red.
It was pink, but it was like a darker pink. It was still pink.
You are dumb. Dark pink is literally red.
And then there's like a poop. There's like a poop strip on the side of it.
A brown stripe?
Yeah, it's just a poop racing strip.
Dude, that's kind of like what my mom's first car was, except it wasn't an Aston Martin. My mom's first car was like a station wagon. She showed me pictures of it. It was like a brown. It was like a shit brown color with a pink and yellow pinstripe going along the side of it.
You know, I think it's in Popson or something. I don't fucking know. But at this auto store, there's a car that my mom wants, and then there's a car that I want. They're the exact same car, but they're different colors.
Okay.
One is a lime green Dodge Hellcat.
That's the one you want.
The other one is a black Dodge Hellcat.
Oh.
I want the black one.
Oh. I knew you wanted a Hellcat. Like, that's obvious. Who doesn't want a Hellcat? Like, if someone were to offer you a Hellcat, who's gonna be like, nah, I'm good.
Some rich kid who already has one?
Some rich kid who'd rather have a Porsche. So, like, 90% of the kids in Camden. That's like the most common car. Everyone's always like, I want a Porsche. I want a Porsche. And I'm like, I want
Porsches
something
aren't
that's
cool.
People always, a lot of the kids in my grade say
Ford
they want, like,
GT is better than a Porsche. Prove me wrong.
I see a bunch of kids in my grade being like, I want a Porsche. I want a Lambo. I want all this and that. And I'm
A
like,
Lambo is acceptable.
yeah, but no, it's
A
not.
Lamborghini, but there's only two that you should get. A
No,
Huracan.
there's way more than two. There's way more
I
than
know,
two.
but there's two major ones. It's like a Huracan and
The Aventador.
yeah, Aventador. But that's it. That's all you get. You don't get
The
anything
Lamborghini
except for
Countach
the
is
two.
better.
If you don't
I'm a car guy.
Huracan and or an Aventador, you got the wrong Lamborghini.
I'm a car guy. I know my cars. The Countach is better. Technically, it is slower. It is slower. That's for sure. But
Which one?
Countach looks better.
The Huracan is
Countach looks
faster.
better.
The Huracan is faster. Right?
Yeah, but the Countach looks better than both of them, in my opinion. The Countach is like
Oh, if I was gonna have like a car, I would probably go with a Ferrari LaFerrari. That's like my dream car.
You know what I would go with?
Huh.
A lot of kids say this. If you could have one car right now, what would it be? I would say something that works. I'm not picky. As long as it's not a Prius or a battery car, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
As long as it has like some horsepower. Like it doesn't need to be super fast. I just need to be like somewhat fast.
You know,
Like, you want to know what I want?
you just asked out of a Tesla Roadster, Dylan.
I don't want a Tesla.
You don't want
There's no spots in Maine where you can charge it except for your house.
No, that's not true.
There are no gas stations that I've ever seen with the electric ports.
There are.
We're like far behind in that category.
I have seen chargers that are like in Portland at like a Kohl's or something. I'm not fucking around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not gonna be able to go all the way to. I'm not gonna want to go all the way to Portland to charge it just to come all the way back and have it be dead by the time I get back.
You charge it at your house.
So what I'm saying, and
You just have an
also,
extension cord that goes out of your house to your car.
also, I think battery cars are definitely the future. I'm not gonna deny that. But what I will say is it sounds dumb as hell. Like
I
who's
mean,
gonna? It would sound so dumb if
it
you're trying
shouldn't
to
be
go to a friend's
They
party
shouldn't
and
be
they're like,
charging like electrically. They should be charging solar. 'Cause they should
yeah.
have like a solar.
But what I'm saying is, I think it sounds dumb. Yeah, but seriously, it sounds dumb. If you're trying to go to a friend's party and they're like, "Dude, why were you late?" and you're like, I had to charge my car real quick." It sounds dumb. I had to charge my car.
Has fast charge. It's like a phone.
Why were you so late? I had I had to run to Walmart and grab some AA batteries for my car. Imagine if you could get a car to run off batteries. That'd be fire. I'm not gonna lie.
It's just a D
get a car
battery back
that can
there.
run
It's like,
off
yeah,
batteries.
she runs good. But wait, cars already run off batteries.
No, I mean like Walmart batteries.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like a AA battery, like Duracell batteries.
A
Or an
AAA
Energizer
battery.
If you could get a car to run off like
meant
Duracell
for running,
batteries,
and it lasts like 2 seconds.
Duracell meant for speed.
It goes 10 miles
I think that'd be fire.
per hour.
Hello.
Awkward podcast moment. You can still hear me. You can still hear me. I can't hear him. So I could just say anything.
Hi. No, you can't. I can hear you, dude.
Yeah, I know. I know.
When I'm mute, I had to give someone a honey bun. That's the whole thing. I have honey buns up here, and they wanted, so I gave them a honey bun. Yeah. So Emma interrupted you, and someone interrupted me. We're even again.
Interrupted again.
Again, nothing to talk about.
Can't wait to be interrupted.
I haven't told my mom that.
Again.
I haven't even told my mom yet.
My dad
that I can
was like, because apparently he thinks that no one can transport people. He's like, do I have to pick them up? Like, for.
No.
And I'm like, no. I'm like,
I don't want you to
have them
pick me
home?
up.
And I'm like, and then he
place
was
I'm
like,
at is off the
Dylan, he was like, do I have to drive him back? I'm like, no.
No, it's fine.
I mean, these are valued questions, yes, but no.
No. He will. The thing is, he'll never be able to find where I am unless I'm like out. Where I am, the camper that I'm in, is hidden off the highway. The way to get out is we have to go through the highway. Literally. You have to go through the highway.
Take the L.
Like, seriously. It's not even on, like, the good side of the highway. We have to go all the way up the highway and then turn around to get back home.
Why is it called sharp cheese when you can't cut yourself on it?
Eric. You're trying to be deep, but it's not working.
But it worked.
I mean, it makes sense, but it makes no sense at the same time.
Yeah.
I haven't even told my mom that you said I can come over. I literally haven't yet. She's like all the way down the road, and I don't want to walk all the way down the road with my bare feet. I don't feel like it,
Mm.
especially because the grass is all wet from the rain. So, don't really want to, but I will. Unless I can maybe text her. I don't know.
I mean,
Here,
are you
where I am
play
is like
some?
an
I
hour
mean, are
away
you
from
excited
the
to
house.
play some Human Fall Flat again?
Yes. I wish we could find a way to record Human Fall Flat.
I mean, I know a way. It just wouldn't be like an actual episode.
I don't know. I might even
I
bring my
wish I had a
PlayStation.
capture card and like an HDMI. Like, I wish I had all that stuff, but I don't. So
I saw a YouTube video that I laughed at hysterically because I have Red Dead Redemption 2 and I play it all the time. I finished the story mode on one of my accounts, and on my other account on my PlayStation, I'm almost finished with it. And this video was about Red Dead Redemption 2, and it was called Waypoint Simulator, and it was so true. That whole game, 90% of the game isn't even the story mode. It's just following Waypoint. It's true. It is so much. It is so much. But also, I think the hate for Red Dead Redemption 2 in some ways is unrewarded. Like, it's not worth it. And not true. Like, the people who complain about the story mode probably haven't played the story mode.
the people who
I like the
got the
story
game
mode.
probably haven't even played the game.
Yeah. Kind of like,
Imagine if that was true for every single hater.
yeah, what's another
People
game
who
like?
argue
Need for
about
Speed
the
Heat?
game probably haven't even played the game.
Yeah, Need for Speed Heat is another one of those games where I've played it and I really enjoy it, but if you haven't played it, you're just gonna assume that because EA made it, it's bad.
Which isn't true.
Which in most cases is true, but in this one case, it's not true.
I played Apex Legends on my Switch and I immediately deleted it.
Yeah, Apex is
Because
garbage.
it was bad, and it wasn't because I was bad. It's just that I didn't like it too much.
I think it's garbage.
I mean, nothing against Apex Legends. It is kind of good. It's just that it's a copycat. It's legit just a copycat of Call of Duty Mobile. That's all it is.
All Battle Royale games are garbage, in my opinion. I don't like a single Battle Royale game. It's not because I'm bad. It's because
Call of Duty Mobile is good. Call of Duty Mobile is good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Here's why. Because it's not because I'm bad, and it's not because of like anything like that. But I think it's because it gets so repetitive so quickly to me. And everyone takes it so serious. Like, I've literally beaten people in those games, and they like reported me. I'm like, that like people report just when they lose or get killed.
Yeah, like, those are like the 12-year-old noobs. You gotta get
at one point. Yeah, at one point I played.
You gotta
Fortnite,
get here's the thing, Dylan. It's different because like if you're like the lower levels and you don't play it enough, you're gonna stick with like the lower level noobs.
In some cases, not in Fortnite. In Fortnite, you can play. I'm not defending Fortnite. I think Fortnite is the worst of them all. But
I mean, yeah, you're right. Fortnite sucks. I think we can all agree.
But Fortnite, there's no ranked stuff like that. Like, you could be like a level 3 going up against a level 100.
Yeah.
That's like a thing. But
like
the thing is,
at least it will pair you up if you choose to. 'Cause
yeah, all these
At
games,
least in Call of Duty Mobile, you have a choice of a ranked battle or a non-ranked battle.
yeah. Here's another
You
thing
can
though.
go up against people that play almost exactly like you, or you can play against noobs and pros.
Okay. Here's another thing. I'm gonna get off Battle Royale because I've dug into them enough at this point. Let's dig into someone else. Sports games. Okay? Madden. Absolute shit. I made a video about Madden, about me ranting about how shit it is.
I remember that.
Haven't made a video about why the NBA games are bad, but they are. Not as bad as Madden though. Not as bad as Madden because
I
at least
think
they have a
everyone
story.
knows that all NBA games are bad.
All the NBA games are bad, but in some ways they're better than Madden because at least NBA games have a story mode. Like they have a story. Like there are games from like 2004 that have more details than the new Maddens. Like they have removed more stuff to Madden games than they've added. And the other thing is, when they're adding new stuff, it's stuff that was already in the game. They're just saying it's a new feature.
Right.
Also, they recycle the same animations. They did this thing in like Madden 13, like about the animations. Like in Madden 13 and 14, they had the Ignite engine. And the Ignite engine was physics based, which is good. It's physics based, which means that when you juke someone, it's more rewarding because it's not going to be an animation that gets you to juke them every time. In the new Madden,
I'm sorry to end your little rant there, but
no, I don't care. I'm not done. EA in general is really bad in most cases.
in most cases, yeah, EA is just the worst of the worst.
2K is bad in most
Anyone
cases too.
says EA is a pay to play all the way.
Yeah. EA is pay to win. 2K is pay to win. EA and 2K are Madden and the NBA games are just gambling sites. It's literally just gambling, but disguised as a football.
I think Rocket League has some EA doves in it, but at least Rocket League is good and not pay to play.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, it's Madden is literally just a gambling site that's been disguised as a football game.
Mm.
If you play online games, it's literally just gambling if you want to win. But
Speaking of Rocket League, we still haven't added each other in.
I told you that you have to send me a request because I sent you, and it said I couldn't for some reason. It said you don't exist.
I mean, when you just search Eric specifically, it's got to be like 9 billion things. So
Yeah. But anyway.
So I think this podcast is coming to a close pretty quick here.
Instead of it being podcast, it should just be like 1 hour long rant about why games are bad.
No, that's your thing. That can be your thing. You can get a PC and do that. I'm not even sure how long this podcast is going to be. I'm not sure if it's an hour like the previous one was.
It might be 12 minutes for all I know.
I mean,
probably not, but it could be.
It is. I think it might be at least a half an hour long, which would mean it's one of the shortest. I think it would.
After you upload this, and it says like an hour and a half long, we're gonna feel so dumb that we were guessing half an hour.
Hey, the other one was an hour and a half long, and we didn't run out of stuff at all.
Yeah.
You just kept yelling.
We might do an in-person podcast on Thursday.
Thursday.
Possibly. Friday.
What do you mean Thursday?
I don't know. I literally thought it was Sunday today. Okay, calm down. I thought it was Sunday until we just started the podcast, and I looked and it said Monday, and I was like, "That's weird."
That moment.
So Friday. Okay.
Yeah, Friday. I mean,
I might be able to
oh
do
yeah,
that.
it's been way more than an hour because I accepted your call at 1:27. So yeah, it's been way
Oh, it's been
more.
over an hour.
It's
It's
way
been an hour
over
and
an
a half
hour.
at this point.
So yeah, I think that's it. Oh, sorry. I just muted you. Oh no, now I can't even hear you. Oh my god. Why can I not hear you?
How about now?
Okay, there we go.
I was unmuted the whole time. I was just fucking with you.
So yeah, I think this podcast is coming to a close here.
Okay. So if there's one thing you take away from this video, Pornhub is bad and video games and EA is bad.
Pornhub is
And remember, don't eat at the cum bucket. That's the only thing you can take away
and
from this video.
remember, definitely look up Squidward Hentai.
Oh god. Please don't. Don't listen, Eric. Please don't search. I know there's gonna be a thing on there because humans are terrible things.
I mean,
Humans are terrible
we won't
creatures.
get into the other thing that I had to delete from that one podcast.
Yeah, let's just not talk about that podcast in general. That podcast was a stinker, in my opinion.
No, but podcast 2 was good in my opinion.
I think podcast 1 was the worst one.
Well, yeah, because it was like the first one, and there weren't many jokes in it.
Supposed to be a podcast. It wasn't even supposed to be a podcast. We were just talking, and it turns out you recorded the whole thing. We were like, sure, let's just make it a podcast.
And that's what it was. That's what it was. I think like that was the day you decided to make a YouTube channel. After I
It was.
podcast.
No, I had always had a YouTube channel. I just never made videos on it.
But yeah, so thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you, Dylan, for joining me once again for this adventure of podcast.
Hated it like usual.
Maybe we'll have podcast number 5. The other maybe. I don't know if I really want to do another podcast.
Who knows? Maybe we could just crank out 5 podcasts.
Oh my god.
For all I know. I'm not doing anything at all this week. I never am.
I mean,
Eric will be doing stuff. It all depends on Eric.
Work, but that's different. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. And again,
Don't
thank you
expect
for joining me.
don't expect a podcast schedule anytime soon. Never gonna happen.
No, like
Never gonna be
the
consistent
podcasts are going to be very inconsistent, and it's going to be very like all over the place. So don't expect anything from us.
Don't expect like every Thursday we're gonna upload a podcast. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Like it's never gonna be consistent.
By luck that I'm like, you know what, whatever, let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
And this was planned for Sunday, and then stuff happened, so we couldn't record it. But
yeah.
Anyhow, again, thank you everybody so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is going to be the end of the recording. I'm actually not going to end the Zoom meeting yet. We're going to do some stuff, so yeah. So, cool. Bye. Peace out.